Welcome to Maximising Efficiency with Dext. I am joined once again by Paul Lodder, and today we're going to be talking around how you can extract the VAT when there's a restricted VAT on a car lease. So, as you know, when you have a car lease, there's often rules around you can only claim back maybe 50% of the VAT. And if you put that invoice into Dext Prepare, what will usually happen is Dex will, extract the full amount of VAT. You might have to go in and manually change it. And this is where mistakes start to happen. So Paul has got a great workaround for this and a great little bit of, tips and tricks around how to get Dex Prepare to extract the right amount of restricted VAT every single time. So Paul, I'm going to hand over to you.
Perfect. Thank you, Max. So what I'm going to do is just jump into a couple of invoices that I've already pre-prepared. This first invoice here, I'm not using any supplier rules, not using any of the features or functionality with Indexed other than I've uploaded the invoice and we have extracted the information. And as we can see, the VAT is incorrect in terms of what we can claim in terms of input tax, because we've got the finance element here where there should be a restriction of 50% of the VAT. Service element, we can reclaim all of the VAT. Now, something you can do, you could work it out manually, and you can use, once you've worked it out manually and you've worked out what your VAT element is, you could just do a manual adjustment and you could put, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but do minus 50 there. And we could just make the corresponding adjustment up there as well. So within the fields, we do have the inbuilt calculator as well. But you can automate this by using supplier rules. And within supplier rules, you can select any VAT rate. And what I've already done is selected or created a new VAT rate within Xero. It could be QBO, it could be any of the partners we integrate with. And as you can see, if I've created a new VAT rate for vehicle leases of 10.27%, and I'll explain why that percentage is relevant in a moment. I also created another rate here, which is actually 9.09%. Now, if you apply a supplier rule, and specifically on the VAT, what we can see is Dext has automatically calculated the VAT to be £72.64. And that's because it's calculating 10.27% on the total. And that equates to 50% of the VAT element relating to the finance element and all of the input tax relating to the service element. So there is a mechanism with supplier rules using the settings within your accounting system to fully automate this. Now, if we didn't have the service element, what we want to do is only account for 50% of the VAT on the finance element. This is where that percentage would change, and you'll just need to calculate what that percentage would need to be, and it would actually equate to 9.09% in the example I have here. Now, you can go one step further as well if you want to ensure that everything is split correctly, is you can use line items as well, line item extraction. And with line item extraction, what we can do is ensure that the element, which is the service element, we're just applying 20% VAT to, being £15.30. And on the rental lease agreement, the finance part, we're applying our VAT on leased only vehicles, that 10.27%. So everything balances through. That will get published across as normal. I appreciate there isn't legally a VAT rate for 10.27%. It doesn't exist. This is just purely a mechanism to ensure the accuracy of your input tax, which ultimately will feed through to the VAT return, so that box 4 and box 7 correctly reflects the activity in the period. This works, as I say, recurring invoice, same amount every month, and it can really make your records far more accurate than before. And I'll hand over to Max there.
Amazing. Yeah, I would have loved that in practice. And like Paul said there, yeah, a lot of these leases will be go on for 3, 4, 5 years. So if you're having the same recurring invoice again, make sure take a bit of care and time to set the rule up. But it's that speculate to accumulate, and it save you a lot of time later on down the line. So thank you very much for that, Paul. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers, Max. Thank you.